We have to get into a real deep zone. I'm one of them. To adapt to this zone.
Yeah, you gotta write a new love song.
And I think I got one. Yeah, and I think I got one. Yeah, yeah, I got one. And I think I got one.
Bro,
Got fucked up already.
nah, man. All I can hear is cars in the background. I don't need cars.
Yeah, well, obviously, mate. I'm obsessed with them. You know what I mean?
Nah, get out.
All right.
That's not good. Get out the car. Get in a quiet
All
spot.
right, get out I said, this ain't a part of a touch of the window or so. Get out the car, Dre. Get out the car.
I'm telling you, sort it
What are you
out.
telling me? Talk to boy. Tell him. All right, go on. Sorry. I'm out. All right, fuck me. Mr. Fucking... All right. Yeah, go on.
Right, listen.
I'm out of the car.
Listen.
Right, go.
Picture this. It's 2007. Bro, you need to get out of that, honestly.
What am I? I'm in it. I'm not out. I'm not... Oh, do you know what I mean? You're confusing me now, mate.
No, what I mean is, it sounds like you're by a road.
I'm close to a road, but I'm going to go over this little hedge right here.
Bro, the lamp...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Better.
Yeah, man. What's happened?
I just jumped in a bush. You've asked me to do you a favour, I've done you it.
The things you do for me. You're a liar. Car's just gone
Is that police who've just turned up as I've jumped in that bush? Fuck's sake. See, look what happens to me. Go on. No, this is what happens. Go on. What are you saying? I was joking, you
2007. Yeah, I know. 2007. Rewind it. It's summertime. You've just got out the car with me. We're at 118 Outer Circle in Taunton. The Rough Ends. Stick on the TV. Sean Kingston, Beautiful Girls comes on.
Go on.
We wait for it to play out. Then the next song, Timberland, The Way You Are, comes on.
I love you just the way you are. I don't need cheese or the car keys, babe. I love you just the way you are.
And then to top it all off.
No, don't do it to me.
On early release, because it's a year early, Jay Sean.
Baby, are you down, 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 down?
Yes, man.
We're done with this.
Talk to me then, that first day that you get into prison. You go to prison.
Right, basically, this is what happens. He didn't think of me much. Anyway, we'll start off properly. Sorry, the headphones are fucked. Basically, what happens is, you get in there, you're a bit wary, do you know what I mean? You don't know who's around you. There's a lot of drug abusers, thieves, rape, not so much rapists, gang members, stuff like this. Yeah. You've heard it all, you've seen it all, do you know what I mean? Everyone's watched EastEnders, everyone's watched fucking Top Boy. So it ranges from that subject, do you know what I mean? Like, you see it like that, and you think, fuck me, what have I walked into here, boys? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's got the omelettes on the go, boys? And then, basically, I was just like, I first walked in there, but I was angry because I knew I was going, and I had a lot of blame on, like, not myself, but situations I was in. I was in denial about the real problem, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So I got in there, and the first day is how you do it. That I got in there really late, so it's after bang up.
Yeah.
So obviously, when I got there, I just went to sleep. But the next morning, that's when it hit you. I got a smoker's pack, yeah?
Yeah, man.
I've woken up and I've got a cold pillow stuck to my face. And I realise I'm in prison. This is how it is.
Yeah.
So I've woken up, and then loads of people have just come in the cell. Because obviously we have smokers packs. You know what a vape is?
Yeah, man.
And they've, obviously my friend's gone to go get his, new underwear, or whatever.
Yeah, man.
And he's gone to go get his new underwear, and they've come in the cell, asked me who I am, where I'm from. Bearing in mind I'm in a Birmingham prison.
Yeah, man.
So they've asked me, so they think I've been moved up for some special reason. Usually you get moved out of your area of prison for being a rape, something like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So, anyway, I've been moved on, blah, blah, and because obviously I got arrested in Birmingham.
Yeah. You're living
Well,
in Birmingham, aren't you? You're in there.
mm,
That's your HQ, if you
yeah.
like.
Well, I'm South, but my accent is South. Everyone, you can tell from a mile off the way I act, the way I talk.
You stand out, don't you?
Yeah. So, obviously, they've asked me where I'm from. So, why aren't you in the London? Bloody blah, because I lived in Birmingham. Bloody blah, it's all blueprint. Anyway, they've gone to my mate's drawer and said, you don't mind if we have this, but it's a test. They've taken my mate's vape. Not my mate, my pad mate at the time. I've spent 6 hours with him.
Yeah.
They've taken his vape. They've taken his juice. They've took all of that. First day. This is my first day. Yeah?
Yeah, man.
It's called an induction wing. I remember it. Fuel. Blah, blah. Anyway. The second day.
But hold on. Before you go on, like, what's going through your head at this point? Like, when you're talking to these people, like, you've got all these people in your cell.
This time, yeah. Your left leg's shaking. Your anxiety's filled up. But if you show anything of this, you're getting taken. Do you know what I mean? None of my stuff, like, it's like going to school. It's not like going to school. It's not like starting a school. It's like starting a new school.
Yeah, man.
Where people are already in their own little gangs.
Yeah.
So when the new person comes in, you throw them a test, you see how they do, they can adapt to it, they're a part of it. That's one of them ones. Or they're fish in the end of the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, yeah. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Your voice then, when you're chatting to them, are you quivering? Are you...
No, because I know how to draw it. Because I've moving from the several places I have, living in London, I adapt to the culture of that place, the culture of this place. I've been in Birmingham, so I know how to talk to these people. Do you know what I mean? I'm not worried. Like, these are older, some of them are like, a lot of it's like gang culture kind of thing, but you get it mixed because you don't choose the people you get put with. Yeah. So the people that are like, top of the food chain, what you would say the lions,
yeah,
and like, you are not a mix of any sort of certain person.
Yeah.
So you talk to a certain person in a different way. So obviously someone from South, they'd think, he's from the London area, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
the North and South divide and all that.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be so, what, blah, blah. They ask me what I'm in for. I say, I just violated probation, bro. Yeah. They understand that I'm not a druggie. They understand that they can't earn money out of me. So they think hitting him or bullying him would be a stupid move. We'll just get us more time. Yeah. A druggie or someone that they know is a nitty, or like, which is what you call it in prison, it's easier to get something out of them because they want something.
So that first chat, what you're about, who you are, and
yeah, obviously.
So go on, and the next day you said.
Well, anyway, long story short, they grabbed my pad mate this first day. They grabbed his vape, his everything. Robbed, gone.
Yeah.
Next day, well, the next couple of hours, he's developed that, and I've given him because I'm not a heavy smoker, like I told you earlier, off whatever. I'm not a heavy smoker, so I've given him my juice. The next day, it's gone round that someone's stolen blah 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 off of our pad. Yeah. Out of our pad. So people are busting in the door. They're coming because they know the advantage is there when it is. Do you know what I mean? We can do what we want now. Do you know what I mean? With this pad. Yeah. They've given. It turns out my pad mate. This is real. This is the realest you'll ever get. Like, this is really inside of that, like, a prison.
Yeah.
It turns out the pad mate I was staying with was on morphine.
Yeah, man.
And he was addicted to crack.
Right.
So he's been caught on the landing going to get his meds, and they've said to him, inside the prison, I promise you this is the truth. I promise you, I swear on anything, it's true. We've got the TT up here, which means 1010 in Birmingham. Come and smoke some. They've done it through an asthma pump, you know, the little blue thing.
Yeah, man.
On paper sprayed, which is Mamba, Spice, you'll call it, down south.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's done it, and then he's come back in the cell, my cell. I don't know anything about this. And then 4 or 5 boys from Liverpool have come in and said, Innie Green to me. And I said, what the fuck's going on? I've looked and they said, oh, bro, you shouldn't have a nitty, just like this. Wait, bro, you shouldn't have a nitty like that in here. Do you know what I mean? And you just slap him, you should get him out. And they're trying to see if I wouldn't get involved with the bullying, do you know what I mean? To see, do you know what I mean? And that's how it was. The next day, I said, no, get him out. No, I said, you're an idiot. And then they says to me, why are your feet so small? And it's literally how you would see out the films, and this is the truth as well. Why are your feet so small? I said, I don't know. He said, your right trainer's a bit fucked up, but your left trainer's all right, isn't it? And I was wearing Air Force at the time. They're quite nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And they're just trying to target anything they can get.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the second day. That was the first week. Bearing in mind that was the first week. That's what I'm saying to you. I can talk you through weeks.
Yeah, man.
Second week is when obviously you have anyone that goes to jail that is a bit wary will have 2 showers in 1 week, and that's the truth because they know, like, they've heard stories. You know what I'm saying? They're not adapted to anyone, so they have 2 showers in that first week.
Is it like that? Is it like that? You know what I mean?
No. It's a lot. The cameras are not in the shower, so if someone wants to whack you, intimidate you, anything that they want to do to you will happen in the showers.
Yeah.
Not exactly necessarily getting attacked sexually, but anything they want to properly do to you, and they're on your landing, they will do it to you in the showers because there's no cameras.
What?
That's so. When, obviously, I've gone. You're a little fish in a big pond.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Like you said, you're starting school, aren't you, for the first time?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So if they think that they're the glimpse, you have to. They offer you drugs, you say no. They offer you tick, you say no. They offer you fags, you say no. They ask you if you smoke, you say yeah, I've only got enough for me. Luckily for me, I'm with friends with this second week. Second week, yeah.
Go on.
You know, I've got quite a name, like not a name, but I'm alright with these boys now. But my pad mate is a bit of a druggie, do you know what I mean?
So like, this is what I was going to say. So the guy that you're bunking with, he's the outcast, isn't he? He's the...
Yeah, he's a bit of a shoplifter. Like, he's a shoplifter, he's robbed bits of meat, he's like...
But he's the target boy, isn't he? He's the target boy, bottom line.
No, not target boy. There's a target boy in every cell, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just because I'm safe, like... This is the most... If you go to prison, or anyone goes to prison for a reason, don't think just because someone saves you one day, like says, alright mate, saves you, don't think that you can go up to them and save them the next day. Do not think that, because no one... And it's the truth. No one is your friend in prison. No one. And that is the truth. I remember one day, this boy that's quite known in like the prison, he's a bit on it, like he's like good looking, do you know what I mean? He's muscly, do you know what I mean? He's doing gym, he's doing boxing, like with the pads and all that.
Yeah,
one day, when Yes Dread come in the cell, Somali and Big Geezer, Yes Dread saved me because at the time I had dreads. Remember?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so obviously he saved me. The next day, I'm in the dinner queue, and I'm looking at him, giving him like a look, like TV, like, oh, like, do you remember me? Like, yes, bruv, like, just say hello, kind of thing. And he just keeps looking back and forth at me.
Yeah, man.
Like, what's he looking at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he comes up and he goes, "You're right, Judge, yeah." And I go, "Yes, bruv." And he goes, yes, bruv, because he's asking me, like, why are you looking at me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, I'm catching his glimpse. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like one of them ones, like, you're in, like, the lion's den and everyone...
Mate, as soon as you're not neutral, you're a target.
Yeah. And anyway, but the second week was that. The second week was developing my nickname.
What's your name, man? What's your name?
It was Dread, it was Terrell. That's what he used to call me, because I said my name's Terrell, but obviously Birmingham's like a mixed place, so they all... Man. I flew with what they went with, innit? So anything that keeps you safe, you know what I'm saying? So they're, why you got dreadlocks? I said, oh, bloody blah, I just like dreads, innit? They said, you're mixed, innit? I said, no. They said, what's your second name? I said, Terrell. Yeah, they said, oh, Terrell. They all just went over it. I said, no, my name's Terrell on the landing. Next thing you know, bruv, you're in a place full of 108 people, criminals.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
I'd imagine, like, if they called you dog shit, you'd be like, yo, yeah, I'm dog shit. Nice to meet you.
No, that's the worst thing you can do. I would never be like, I'm dog shit. They said, I said Travell, because of my dreads, they call me Dread, innit? And then from then on, like, I wasn't a threat, I wasn't like a way they could earn money, so why would they bother me?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't come across as someone that was scared of them, and I didn't come across as someone that was threatening them, so they wouldn't bother, do you know what I mean?
Mate, you went in as a neutral, man.
Yeah. I didn't do no drugs, I wasn't dependent on anything, I didn't have a lot of money, I didn't look a posh boy, I just looked like the average boy that had probably done like a burglary and got put in, you know what I mean? Like, I just looked like that kind of person, or someone that had punched someone on the high street, you know what I mean? But the second week was fine, but you just developed your stance, like, when you can go out, what times you should go out, the mornings are the worst time to go out, but we'll go on, like, and then I started, in the third week, which was the shit bit, the third week, was the part when I thought, you know what, it ain't that bad here, you know what I mean? And then I started thinking, I shouldn't think like that, innit?
Do you not think, though, like, after, like, a week, obviously, like, each day's a different day,
because the mental health. This is what switched my mental health on to like going from like depression to like not being able to cope with myself, and realising what I'd done once, studying where I went wrong, but my depression where I like made me adapt to how much you love your mum, how much you actually love everything, innit?
Well, you've got a lot of time of reflection, haven't you?
Yeah, it's like being diagnosed with a terminal illness, and people won't say this, but it is, because you have so much time to think about where you went wrong and where you should go right.
Yeah, man.
That you just click to that, and you say, when I walk out of here, there's no way I'm coming back in here.
Yeah, man. Was it like a turning point for you?
And then
Yeah, man.
when I went to prison and I come back, I rang Nan. I remember I had nowhere to go. I remember I rang Nan after. Yeah, anyway, third week was just like a twisting point, and I thought, you know what? It's not that bad in here, but every single day you have a calendar, and the inside of the police station, the prison, is so good because they make you work, they make you do everything. They put a calendar in your room just so you count down the days, and every day is a punishment. You remove hours. This is how much you're waiting. I remove 7 hours, off of these days. Just this is how when I sleep. And I'm adding up the hours because you're counting down when you leave.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why they call it institutionalised. If you do more than 2 years in prison and you leave prison, you'll become institutionalised. And all you know is something that you're adapted to. And when you adapt to something, it's something that's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Like you climatise, like relate it to now, and like people staying inside and all this shit, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
After doing it for a month, you're like, it's like second nature, isn't it? It's easy.
That's what I said to my friend. I said that to my friend. I said, imagine doing this with no phone, no contact with your family. I said, this is easy to me. I said, even though I don't, and I went in the deep end. I went in my area, by chance, by chance, you can catch your friends, like a couple of your friends. You know what I mean? In like, not your friends, but people you know.
Yeah.
If you get arrested and go to prison in your area.
Yeah.
But obviously, I went to prison in Birmingham, innit?
Yeah.
So no one knew me, and you know what it's like with gang culture. Oh, you're not from this area.
Yeah.
And I'm not a gangster, not the slightest, but like how I had my dreads, my Air Force, like expensive trousers, even though
Man,
I was
you stood out. If people like could see pictures, if there was a visual image of you stand out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
And then obviously, if you ain't got the twang, you ain't got the accent, all of a sudden, man, you're a different fish.
Yeah, you're a target for something that
Exactly.
And you know how they think, and no, you know how they try and drop it so it makes it all right for them to attack you. They try and put you in a category of you're a rapist or something like that, because you've had to leave London to come here. You know what I mean?
You didn't have any of that. You had nothing like that.
No, because it's just the way you. Because I could hold myself. I'm adapted. I'm smart. Basically, I adapted to it, and you can read people. Remember, when I was younger, I used to be one of these people. I went for a little stage of being a bit of a rough. Not hard, not cool, but I had a good group of mates around me. Do you know what I mean? We were all big, like we were the group that you wanted to be friends with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So I know how these people, and it's in every stage life. Do you know what I mean? It's like you go to an interview, you ace that interview because of how you feel at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
We'll wrap this, man, because you're a busy guy in that. And that road noise is bugging me. It's fair to say that prison, doing it, even though it was a short time, it changed you, and it kind of changed your outlook.
It changed everything, really, to be fair. Rapping, just going around everything in general was just a lot more rougher. I come out on a better slope than I was going more down than up, and now when I came out I was going up, you know what I mean? Because I experienced the things that you don't want to experience. Your brain works so good, but it's just not in your own head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's just fucked up.
Bro, I think like I said before, it's like the domino effect. And I think that we've all got different doors in our personalities, right? And some of them are extremely bad and extremely dark. And I think in certain moments, certain experiences, and again, we are a product of our upbringing, like, these doors get opened for whatever reason. And sometimes when you open them, you can close them, but sometimes they stay ajar, you know what I mean, slightly open. And it can be triggers, like you said, like food, it could be anything. And before you know it, you're in this like combustion, this like bubble of fucking shit in it. But do you know, my last question to you, like, honest though, because you don't need to, I mean, if you want to, do it, but I don't want you to bleed yourself dry to me on this. But do you know how to get yourself out of like the rough patch? Do you know how to get yourself out of the rough patches? Like, do you recognise through like your choices in the past what you can do to make it better for yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, a big thing for me is like exercising and just staying active and eating clean. If I can do that,
these things for me,
I feel good.
This is how, like, I know that I always try and, I'm not sugarcoating it.
Моя мечта сорвать звезду, подарить тебе ее, чтобы она освещала тебе путь. И если снова не приду в полумраке и бреду, я пытаюсь воплотить мечту. Моя мечта сорвать звезду, подарить тебе ее, чтобы она освещала тебе путь. И если снова не приду в полумраке и бреду, я пытаюсь воплотить мечту.